Okay, I had to make sure I was recording. What is going on, you guys? You already know the vibes. You already know, as you can tell by that title, what we about to get into. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, this weather is fucking cold. Oh my god, this weather cold as fuck. But I still got to get to it back. Excuse my language. We about to get into a deep topic today. We about to get into some deep topics today. So if that's gonna be too much for y'all today, some of y'all need to go ahead and clock out right now. Click off this video, whatever the case may be, because I'm about to just give it to y'all real raw and uncut. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do like the whole intro shit, whatever, but right now I'm literally gotta give y'all the real raw and uncut. Um Before I touch on anything, I want to say happy belated Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Happy active military personnel, whatever the case may be. Um, I salute everybody in service, from the Navy to the Marines to the Army to the Air Force to the Coast Guard and to our now Space Force. I take my hat off. I salute. I'm currently in the Army right now. I got a drill weekend coming up this weekend. So yeah. Having said all of that, it's been cold for the last couple of days, which is to be expected. Um, but yeah, we got a lot to touch on. You understand what I'm saying? We have a lot to touch on, and for like the last few days or a few weeks, I've been in my workout mode. I've been doing a lot of my working out and stuff like that. Mind you, if anybody sees about the whole, okay, first of all, as y'all can tell, the whole bandana and durag situation that I got on, that's just a fashion statement. Nobody said nothing about it, but I'm just throwing it out there because, as y'all can, if y'all seen on my shorts years back, right? As y'all seen on my shorts, I've been rocking bandanas. My blue one is right there. You understand what I'm saying? My blue one is right on my dresser. I got a blue one, a black one, green. I wear all type of colors. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just a fashion statement for me. My hair's starting to grow out a little bit. Um, but busy. But with this whole situation, bro, it's a lot to touch on. It is a lot to touch on when it comes to, bro, we are literally living in the times right now. And what I mean by that is it's very, but the times that we're living in is very sketchy. It's very sketchy, and it's been like this. You know what I'm saying? It's no secret to where you walk out your door and it's just everybody is just like survival mode. You understand what I'm saying? We living in the times. We living in the times, and it could be very sketchy. It is very sketchy, and it's very scary for a lot of people out here. Um, I had to take a break, other than right now, from social media to be like, bro, like, damn, like social media is going crazy. Everybody's in a frenzy with this government shutdown shit. And I'm just like, bro, there's so much stuff online going on. I'm just like, damn, like, for real, like, I'm literally in a frenzy right now, right? So I'm looking at the shit like, okay, what is really going on in this economy to where it's like everybody is just losing it? You understand what I'm saying? And this ain't the first time, and it definitely won't be the last time. So I'm just looking like, bro, but like this whole, like, the entitled entails, this whole American dream shit with the let me paint the picture for y'all. The whole American dream shit with the whole living in the suburbs with a white picket fence, a 5 bedroom house, 4 bathroom, with 2 kids going to college, with 2 cars in the driveway. That shit is dead. Like, with a whole job that you could be at for 30 years of your life and retire with a 401k pension, those days are over. Over. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you put the thumbs up in the chat, whatever, like that. Make sure y'all give it a thumbs up. I know it's kind of, was it, shout out to Perfil, shout out to Star, what's going on? So, I'm letting y'all know, like, this American dream shit that we call the American dream, this shit dead. That was baby boomers era. Baby boomers was literally the best and most richest generation of our time. Y'all had grocery that was literally, you had bread that was 5 cents a fucking whatever the bread, like, the bundles were. Bro, you had gas that was 50 cents a gallon. Like, literally. But food stamps did not come in until the mid to late 70s, going into the early 80s. So You can't even purchase a car. People losing their vehicles. People every day losing their jobs. So it's like this so-called American dream, what we live in, what we allegedly, that fantasy that you wanted, is gone now. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, the American dream, it gave you hope. If you just nowadays we bet it on, okay, if you do the right thing, if you say the right thing, if you know the right people, if you kiss your boss's ass, if you laugh at jokes that's not even fucking funny because they're your boss, he or she is your boss, whatever. If you just keep your head down, do what you told, you'll get promotions, you'll get high pay raises, you'll get a pension, and all of that nonsense and stuff like that that you're supposed to kiss ass for a job, that's even out the window. You understand what I'm saying? So you looking like, damn, so what's really going on? You understand what I'm saying? And it's like I've been really just analyzing society, and I'm just like, I'm looking on back then. I remember back during COVID. Well, I'm gonna say the real now. I remember during coronavirus, what they called it originally. I remember during coronavirus. I'm gonna say the real shit. Back March 2020, and right when the country shut down, bro, everybody was getting pensions, everybody was getting money, everybody's businesses were starting to flourish again. But now around this time, I remember when this feminist movement and this Me Too bullshit happened. That was around 2018. They led up to 2020, by the way. I remember this whole feminist, I don't need a man conversation was going on. The whole, I'm independent, I got my own job. Those same women are crying on Instagram right now and crying on YouTube and TikTok, talking about how they going broke, talking about how they don't got SNAP benefits, talking about how they don't got food stamps, talking about how their EBT card don't work. You understand? Those same women, they were using what we come to find out now, they were using those benefits to get their hair and nails done. I mean, I knew that shit already, but I'm like, bro, now you want to cry about it. The government is not your baby father. You understand what I'm saying? So what I was telling, what I was to my topic, right? What are millennials and Gen Z's going to do in the near 10, 20, 30 years? What are we going to do different in this upcoming economy? That's what I want to ask, right? Literally, I keep pressing right here because I got some books I want to show y'all in a minute. So I thought it would be mindful of me to go back to reading actual books, and I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. But my thing is, I had to take a mental detox from social media for a little minute. You understand what I'm saying? I had to take a mental detox. And what I mean is, I couldn't be on live all the time. That's why I was posting pictures and all that stuff, because I need a break. I need a break from the world. I need a break from everything, right? But when you really look at it and look at statistics and stuff like that, like, bro, this shit is going crazy. You understand? I remember when people would say on their podcast, really mainly, I hate when people say this, but mainly women, not all. I mean, some men do this too, but mainly women was like, oh, I moved to this city with $80 in my pocket, or I moved to this city with $30 in my pocket. Okay, that don't add up. If you move to a specific city with only this amount of money in your pocket, how the hell are you paying for your life? It's either one, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. If you are a pretty girl and you got pretty privilege, let's call a spade a spade. If you a pretty girl and you got pretty privilege and you came to a city with only $70 in your account, you're sucking, fucking, or you know somebody that wants to fuck you in order to get to that top level. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. Or if you only came with $70 in your pocket, the economy is up like hell. It's not either or. The economy is up like fuck right now. If you literally came to a city with that much money, and why is it always the same amount? It's either like $70, $80 to their name in their bank account, whatever. Oh, I had no money. Who is paying you to say that shit? Who is paying you to say this shit? Like, literally, I would ask them, who is paying you to say that damn hustle, I got it out the mud story? You understand what I'm saying? That underdog story that we all like in America, right? That's why I say the American dream is dead, and you gotta face the fact that the American dream is dead. And you gotta live with that. Y'all go either hustle or y'all gonna die. You understand? Hold on. No way you're paying debt with 30. That's a fucking fact. That's what I said. It doesn't make sense. So I would ask that person, what publicist is telling you to say that on a podcast? And I would ask them that in person. Who is paying you to say this shit? Because realistically, that's not efficient. If you only came to a city with literally $30 to your name, you're either fucking somebody you staying with and they're paying you, or you are like, okay, these two could happen. Somebody you're with, 9 times out of 10, it's a male that's sponsoring your lifestyle because you got pretty privilege, you're gorgeous, whatever, you a model, what have you. You're either staying with them and they're fucking you, and or okay, let's try that. Let's try the questions. Anyway, I don't know about that. My bad, y'all. Let's take that out. Nope, drag here. I don't want to do that. Anyway, so all right. So this what my thing is. When I see people on podcasts talk about this shit, I live in reality. So my thing is, back during the baby boomer era, you had cars that were like $5,000. Like I'm talking about the newest car, 5,000. Gas was like 50 cents. So the autonomy of what we're talking about is not equating with each other. If you came to a city and you're only, oh, I had $120 to my name, who are you fucking? Who are you fucking and who are you sucking? And who do you know that knows somebody that can get you in position? That's the thing about it. I remember at my job, I'm not gonna name no names because they know who the hell I'm talking about. But I remember at my old job to where this one chick that was like handling product, she was handling product first, and then the next time I seen her, she was a line leader. I asked certain people, they was like, "Yo, Jay, you know she got the job because she fucked the supervisor." I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Literally, there was a lot of that going on in the warehouse where I just came from. So ain't no wow, that's real life. Like you got people that's fucking for checks out here. This shit ain't new. This shit been going on since the beginning of time. This shit ain't new, bro. You got people that are fucking for position at their job. I'm not gonna name no names, but I know for a fact my old supervisor, and I know from the grapevine, um, that my supervisor, it was two different sources that told me that my actual supervisor that paid my checks at the time, she was fucking the forklift driver a year before I got there, and I heard this from two different people that she fucked the forklift driver. So yeah, you do the math. So it's not like, oh, I got it out the mud from on some Jay-Z shit, whatever. We can get into that another day. And you got it out the mud, or you know what I'm saying, you made this type money, whatever like that, and you didn't sold drugs, and like that's why I don't really look at hip hop no more, because it's a fabricated story. Everybody can't come from the hood or whatever like that and still live this lavish lifestyle, because what do you do if you're really authentic and you're from the hood? You know what they're gonna do to you when you cross over? And I know because I'm in a fraternity that literally they do this shit, right? And I haven't crossed over for shit. The main thing I know about society is that when you start telling truth, it's a lot of main two things are gonna happen. They're gonna silence you, one, or two, they're gonna set you up to make it seem like, oh, you know that man Jay, you know Junior, right? God forbid, I'm just saying. Yeah, that dude that was talking that truth, he was reported on the news, whatever, like that. Da 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 da. Something happens, whatever. Either your baby mom slide on you. Why do they do this? Why do they just do this crap? Oh, why do these jobs do this? Because jobs will be jobs, and jobs know, and this is why I came on here. Jobs know you need a paycheck. I'm not holding shit back. I don't hold nothing back on my channel. Jobs know you need a paycheck. Even this platform where I'm doing this live on, I don't own this shit and we don't own this shit. So it's like they know you need a paycheck. Bro, I done had this guy at my old job told me this shit. It's very disappointing. He from Brooklyn just like I am. This dude at my old job, word to my mother, if I'm lying, I'm flying, bro. This man, there was a conversation floating around at my job about 2.5 years ago, right? This before I got on active duty orders when I went the second time. They literally had on Facebook that would you go on the back on the plantation like your ancestors did? Would you pick cotton for like X amount of dollars? Would you pick cotton for $35 an hour or some shit like that? Or something. I forgot what it was asking. I said, hell no. You got me fucked up. The dude at my job that's from Brooklyn, born and raised, right? This man said, shit, depending on how much they paying. Let's run that back. You said depending on how much they pay you, you're going to go back to the slave plantation to pick cotton? Bro, I asked my mother that same question. She said, "Fuck no, you can't pay me enough to pick no fucking car. You got me twisted, bro." You understand what I'm saying? So I was um I was talking to him about that. I'm like, that let me know just by your answer. That let me know what type of time you really on, bro. You cannot pay me enough to go back to that particular job. I'm not above working a job or work for myself, and I work for the military. But you can't pay me enough to go back to that job. You understand what I'm saying? Now back on what we was talking about, but it's like that American dream shit is dead. It's just it simply is. It's like it come like how do you feel after when you really think about I'm talking to two category of people right now. I'm talking to millennials and Gen Zs, and then I'm predominantly talking to my blacks right now. My two background. I'm talking to y'all right now. How would y'all feel if literally if you really think about it, when you get your first two paychecks, right? You get your first two paychecks and or your first check, okay, now you got enough money in your pocket, whatever like that. Now you get to do what you really want to do with your life. But when you think about the system that you're living in, they're like raising up rent, raising your mortgage, whatever like that. You want to live this so-called American dream. I'm like, bro, this American dream is American slavery, if you want to call a spade a spade. And, you know, they control this currency. This currency we do not control. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, how would you feel like I believe after the first 2 weeks that we get paid, I believe you get tired and you get frustrated. Like once you get paid, you get really tired because it's like, damn, you want to save money, you want to get up out the hood. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't about when you go on an interview, it ain't about yes master, all that shit. When you smile at a person that's interviewing you, it's like you done got paid already. You got the job, you done got paid. Now you want to save money. Now you want to invest in stocks, do real estate and all that stuff. Like you don't just want to live comfortable because everybody around you is in the same boat as you. Everybody is in the hood. So it's like what else is there to it? You understand what I'm saying? It's like motherfuckers is just right now. Everybody's in survival mode right now. Everybody in survival mode. You gonna either eat or you gonna starve out here. If you come to Atlanta right now, bro, every day I'm on the road, everybody's speeding. Everybody just plop, 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 speeding. Everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Because Atlanta is 90%, Atlanta is 95% transplants. 95% transplants. People ain't from here. You understand? So I'm just like, when I'm looking at the data, bro, these jobs will fire your ass in an instant. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard that to my blacks out there? Y'all ever heard the last to get hired, the first to get fired? Y'all ever heard of that? If you have a job, you just staying awake for about 2 to 6 hours. That's a fucking fact. Shout out to you, Star. That's a damn fact. You know what I'm saying? So, hold on. Something like that, they're just keeping you there. Of course, it's keep you ever seen that movie Don't Look Up? Yeah, keep your head down. Bro, if you a sellout ass motherfucker, or if you a so-called coon ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? I use that word nigga very loosely right now. But if you a sellout ass dude, whatever, bro, they will praise you. They'll give you all the money you want. But if you somebody like me that literally go against the grain, bro, your ass is out of here. Get him out of here. He's talking too much. You understand what I'm saying? Get him out of here. But if you kissing ass, bro, you get millions of endorsement. You get millions of dollars worth of endorsement, Nike deals, Adidas, all this extra shit. You understand what I'm saying? And then when it comes to, I'm going to all these coffee shops. Every coffee shop that I go to, whether if it's Dunkin', Starbucks, shout out to all them coffee shops, by the way. Dunkin', Starbucks, Tim Horton, Krispy Kreme. I go to all of these places, and every last one of them are packed. I'm looking, and majority of us are blacks buying the shit. I'm like, bro, like, damn. Are we all addicted to sugar and caffeine? And sugar is cocaine's cousin, by the way. You understand what I'm saying? Sugar, it's only one molecule away from crack, cocaine, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I'm just like, so, all right. So I'm looking like, okay, all these restaurants are packed with people. I go do my I go do my orders and all that shit, right? I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, damn, us blacks are addicted to caffeine. We are really addicted. We're addicted to caffeine. We're addicted to social media. We're addicted to getting money, going to a job that we don't like because they set it up like that. I'm like, wow. I'm just looking at it from a different lens. And what I'm saying is not out the ordinary or whatever like that. But I'm just like, when the fuck are we going to wake up? That's what I want to know. When the fuck we going to wake up? Like, millennials and Gen Zs have to. I'm talking to my younger crowd here. It's like, when is enough not enough? But I would say this: only time enough is enough is when a white officer kills somebody black in the hood. That's when it's enough. And even then, we still not gonna do shit. Y'all ever looked up this one song called Redemption Song by Bob Marley? To where basically what he was saying is what we do now. If a white officer kills a black person, right, and it's being filmed, bro, I swear to God, if that shit hits the news, the whole Black America is gonna go ape shit in 24 hours. That's social programming. I'm just like, wow, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. And it's not only the cops out here. You ain't got to hear it to know about it, but it's the food that we eat. How many of y'all still eat slave plantation food? Let's talk about it. How many of y'all still that don't go to the farmer's market? How many of us are planning on building a farmer's market or a grocery store for your own people? You understand what I'm saying? How many of y'all actually planning on doing that? Building a farmer's market, or just not even a farmer's market, building a whole food store within your neighborhood for us buyers. You understand what I'm saying? How many of y'all plan on doing that? Because the first good thing that I'm seeing in America and Black America right now, you know the first thing I'm seeing that y'all don't even, like, I guess, care to understand, with all due respect. The first thing I'm seeing within the last couple days is there's no hip hop song on I think the Hot 100 Billboard charts. There's not one hip hop song that hit the charts. Besides that, after that report came out, the Megan Thee Stallion song hit the chart. That one that just came out, which is trash. But that is, for me, that's a good thing, because I'm tired of the over sexualizing in the music shit. I'm seeing my people literally. I'm seeing my people eating fast food, even though it's good for me because I do get the orders. But I'm like, damn. I'm like, bro, y'all don't go home and cook? When the last time you sat at the table with your family and had a legit conversation? Hey, babe, how you doing? How's your day? Whatever. Hey, son, how was school? Hey, daughter, how was school today? How was college? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? How's your assignments doing? Why you eating? You know what I'm saying? Hey, son, daughter, whatever. How's school going? Why you eating your food? Everybody hold hands, say grace, whatever. Hold hands. When the last time you had a meal with your family? When the last time you seen in California, Brooklyn, Miami, when the last time you shared a meal with your family as opposed to being on social media like how we got going on right now? When the last time? Now, we can get to this part right here because that's the topic that I'm going into. I had to stay off social media for a little minute. Why? Because this is stuff. I'm like, me and a friend was talking, and I was like, let me get an actual book and read. I got this one, which I'm like in the second chapter of, right? Actual book, not no online shit. I'm talking about a physical book, right? This one, I've kind of done with this. It's a really good book. That, and then the most popular of all, right? Hold on. I'm getting there. The second version of The Secret, but we need to get back to reading and stuff like that. We need to get back to that because all of this, Mark Zuckerberg, I mess with you. You're from the same area. You're from, I'm not from Dobbs Ferry, New York, but Mark Zuckerberg, I mess with you. But you said out your mouth a while ago that you hire addiction engineers. And Mark Zuckerberg, I hope you see this. I fuck with you. I fuck with you. I have you. You a billionaire, whatever like that. You inspire me. But you said out your own mouth that you hire addiction engineers. So the American people, the average people just like us, that we can be online more, we can like pictures more because it sets off endorphins and dopamine in our brain. The same effect that crack and cocaine gives to people in the hood, whatever. You said that out your mouth, not the crack and cocaine part, but you did say in the documentary that I watched that you hire addiction engineers to where you make your social media platform more addictive, and you bought Instagram. So I'm just like, when I hear shit like that, and this was a while back. This had to be about 7-8 years ago where I seen this shit. So I'm like, okay, let me get this platform a break, cause I'm born in '94. I'm an old soul, and Mark Zuckerberg is 10 years older than me. So he's a millennial. So we came up with the technological shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just like, let me go ahead and give Instagram a break. And that's why I haven't been on live lately, because I'm giving my brain a break from all the social media shit, because a lot of these lives that these people live in that's making these laws is not realistic or obtainable for the average person like me and you. You know what I'm saying? So it's that shit is not obtainable. Like, you gotta think, y'all. These motherfuckers have generations of YH. I don't understand what that means. That's the second time you put that in there. YH. I don't know what that means. It's just a little treat. Buying the whole damn pack of donuts. Just get a plate of egg. You funny as fuck. But yeah, so literally, when it comes to that, what does YH mean? Like, star. I don't know what that means. Could somebody elaborate what that means? But yeah, so I look at society like different. And the thing about it is, a lot of people like to be distracted. Means, yeah. Ah! Yo! See, I spell shit out to some extent. But back to what I was saying is, So, when it comes to millennials and Gen Zs, bro, you got men in skirts. I'm gonna say it again. You got these young men, young black men in skirts. Let's talk about it. I don't know where they from, but I seen this like a month ago, and I've been meaning to speak on this. You got what's going on, Ryan Anthony? What's up? You got young black men in skirts. You got your thigh meat showing. Bro. Like, seriously? Are you serious? See, that's what happens. Not people just saying NGL in real life. NGL. I don't know what that. What is all these abbreviations? But anyway, back to my whole spill, bro. I don't have, like I said, I don't have nothing against the LBTGQ community, whatever. Oh, not gonna lie, I don't know these abbreviations. What's going on, Brittany? Yeah, I'm gonna say Brittany. What's up, Brittany? How you doing? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. But anyway, back to what I was saying. You got dudes that's literally y'all literally listen. I don't care about your fashion choices. I don't care. I'm a pretty boy. I understand, and I don't even listen. Shout out to Tupac. I got Tupac on my wall right here. I'm not show any of this, but anyway. But I'm a pretty boy. But and I have gay friends. I'm not ashamed for that. I have the vast majority of my friend group is homosexual. My homegirl's lesbian, and then my two homeboys they're openly gay. And I'm the pretty boy, right? Rest in peace, Pac. Oh yeah, most definitely. So I'm like, if you're gay wearing that, then be you, right? How do y'all feel? Let me ask y'all that to my peoples watching. How do y'all feel about a straight heterosexual male? And let me even dumb down on it. How do y'all feel about a straight heterosexual black male wearing a skirt? I want y'all's answer to that, because my answer is it's very I don't know what to even call that, because I plan on, for me, I wouldn't wear nothing like that. But as far as like, I want a nose ring, I want gauges and stuff like that, because that's my whole aura of my aesthetic. I've been wearing bandanas since I was in my early 20s. You understand what I'm saying? I got blue, green, yellow, purple, red. I got all them shits, right? But how do y'all feel about that? Because what I see, y'all know what I see when I see shit like that. I see fatherless black boys that live in the hood, that's raising each other. That's what I see. Y'all may not see that, but that's what Junior sees when I see stuff like that. I see misguided youth. That's why I put this title, Millennials and Gen Zs, because a lot of us are lost. Blue bandana's favorite color. Oh yeah, most definitely. Black boy. Okay. But yeah, so that's what I see when I look out. That's why my core audience, I'm talking to my youth right here, because if you don't go back to the hood and you don't give hope to the young, how they gonna grow up? If you don't go back to these neighborhoods and give hope to these, you know what I'm saying, Gen Zs or whatever like that, talking about, bro, put the gun down. Like, bro, put the gun down. With this money that you make with this rap music, How about you buy this block that you grew up on? How about you buy your mom's house from the bank? Put the gun down. Y'all don't gotta kill each other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we gotta get back to that. We gotta get back to eating at the table with your family. Stay off your phone. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta get back to that. Like I said, shout out to my veterans out there. But we really gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how we have to handle that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking to my blacks. That's how we gotta kind of regulate that. You understand what I'm saying? Because if we don't care enough to do it, then other people not gonna care enough to do the shit. You understand? Like, we have to motivate each other and tell people it's gonna be okay. And not only that, we have to go back and give opportunity where opportunity is not being met. Too much drill rappers. Yeah, I feel that, but we have to take pride in ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We've been living in this hood, this particular hood. If you go to Detroit or you go to California, you go to some parts of Atlanta, it's like these neighborhoods you lived in your whole life of poverty, but then want to get mad when somebody has the equity in the bank, they get a loan and credit line from the bank to buy out this whole block. When we have, us as black people, we spend literally, I don't know the exact numbers, I forgot, from 2015, but we spend over $1 billion in fast food. Women spend billions in fucking cosmetics, right? Billions in cosmetics, meaning like lotion, lipsticks, and makeup and stuff like that. And then a lot of us spend millions of dollars in jewelry and trying to meet that whole rapper aesthetic, whatever, like that. Um, my question to that is, where's your black owned bank? Where's our black supermarket? Where's our black import and export ships like Marcus Messiah Garvey was talking about? Where is our black schools that teaches, just like Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale was talking about with the free lunch programs? Where is the aesthetic of our situation to get better? And what I mean by that, where's the whole aesthetic of the picking up where Huey and Bobby Seale left off? You understand what I'm saying? The Black Panther program had programs that literally fed thousands of children a week, 5,000 to be exact, a week. Fred Hampton was a part of the Illinois chapter, and then they were demanding food, the basic necessities, food, clothing, and shelter. The basics they were asking for from the California legislator. You know what I'm saying? Full employment. This is what nowadays we call diversity, equity, and inclusion. Those are basic shit that we're still fighting for from the 60s. Come on now, you serious? Those are basic needs that we're still fighting for. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's a small sample of what? Reparations. Land. Ownership. Reparations. Literally. Diversity. We need more black people in these jobs. Equity. We need more ownership at our shops. And include us in the slice of the pie. Like, come on, son. You're serious? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all kidding me right now? Diversity, equity, and inclusion is another form. That's a form of reparations that we're asking for. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, where is our planes, our airports, our supermarkets? Where's all of that at? And it's not hard to do, but some of us, y'all want me to be completely honest with you. A lot of us blacks sold out to the system. Not sell out, sold out to the system. I'm talking about your millionaire and billionaire bourgeoisie black motherfuckers that's celebrities and spokesmen for you and I and all that extra shit. Those are the bourgeoisie, the boule. The ones that rep this. That shit, right? So I'm talking about that. That's the boule. That's not gonna help you. I'm talking about the like us as a black collective in the hood. We got more than enough money. You know how you have more than enough money? Because you go to the mall and you go to the liquor store every damn weekend and get faded, or every day when you come home from work. You understand what I'm saying? But you don't have to be in the hood to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to live in the hood to make a difference. So it'll be mindful of you. It will behoove you to step on board right now with that. You know what I'm saying? So what does that look like? To answer y'all's question, which you might ask, Junior, what does that look like? If you diversity, equity, and inclusion, or if you talking about black reparations, whatever like that, this is a two-part answer to this question, right? So to go back to what Huey Newton and Bobby Seale and Geronimo Pratt and Elvis Cleaver was talking about back during the Panther chapters back in the 60s and even early 70s, what they was doing with the lunch programs, the legislator, the I believe your First Amendment rights, the IRA, the right to bear arms, and the Second Amendment, freedom of speech rights, whatever like that. Uh, to answer that question, we need to go back to like how the fucking 60s was, if I'm being honest with you. If we want to survive what that title entails in my title about how American dream is dead, we need to have our own American dream. And what I mean by that is y'all have to stay home. Like if y'all have to go back to your parents' crib to live out here, then y'all have to do what y'all have to do. It's just simple point blank period. It's not, jobs are not hiring how they were out here. People are barely surviving out here. You can't survive out here by yourself. You can't. You can't survive out here by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and we have to be honest, man. We have to keep it 100. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we can't pretend like shit ain't what it is. So, if you're like, if you want to open up a bank, if you're black and you know what you're talking about, like, the number one thing we need in our community that's back that they stripped from us is we need to learn how to trust one another. I'm gonna say it again. The number one thing that we need that they stripped from us a couple hundred years ago is we need trust. And one thing that J. Edgar Hoover, I think it was the director of the FBI, said back in the 60s with the Black Panther Party and Malcolm X's assassination, he was talking about how, and a lot of us know this already, but he was talking about how a lot he does not want. He said we need to prevent the rise of another Black Messiah that can unify and electrify the people. But if we can break that barrier, it's not about black and white. It really is not. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of white people out here struggling too. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, to end on this note, right, is that just accept where you at. Like with the George Floyd shit, I remember. That's why I put that on my. I put that as a video on my channel, like 3 weeks ago, or whatever. With the George Floyd situation, that was 5 years ago, and we're so reactionary to the shit. I have not seen one black institution that been built since George Floyd. I mean, we respond with burning shit. Like, what else are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else are we gonna do? We can start right now. We can start right now. And what I mean by that is, I would even say if I'm ever put in a position to help anybody, like food, clothes, we could start by having people that know what they're doing on some Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. He's a big inspiration to me. And Black Sam. They're both inspirations to me. I big them up all the time. You understand what I'm saying? The marathon will continue. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be overnight. This whole plan of what Pac had going on, this shit may take 10 years, 20 years. But it starts with the youth. When you go back to the hood, give them a job. What I mean by that is, shit, you want to wash my car for $50? Shit, you want to cut my grass for $100? You want to cut the back for extra $100? You want to make some money? Here, cut my grass. Here, I can show you how to work the lawnmower. Whatever like that. Or you want to bag this lady's groceries for a quick 20 or a quick 40? Here, go help the elderly lady out right there, whatever like that. And then, you know what I'm saying, you have a mechanic shop, whatever. Do you want to learn how to fix on cars? You in the hood with it, right? Doing all that. You want to learn how to fix on cars? Here, I'll get the part. I'll show you how to do it, and I want you to do. After I show you how to do it a couple times, I want you to do it yourself, and I'm gonna grade you on it. And then eventually in the hood, you have your own black mechanic that you didn't help groom, and then now he can fix other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? And stay out of trouble with the law enforcement. You understand what I'm saying? That's real revolution. Economic solutions. You know what I'm saying? Your economic social status. It starts with the money first. You know what I'm saying? It starts with economics, and we need the trade programs back into the high schools. Trade programs, plumbing, HVAC, masonry, carpentry. We need electricians back into the high school that have the jobs. You understand what I'm saying? So if you don't want to work for nobody else, you can work for yourself because you have the ideas out of high schools. Because these degrees don't mean shit. These degrees don't mean shit. And they showing you, get you a trade. Get you a trade. If you black, get you a trade. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we need to start coming together more. Let's start from home. Eat at the table more with your family. Cook more. I'm gonna say it again in the camera. Eat more with your family. Cook more meals with your family. Stop eating out. Stop being afraid to cook. And that's about me as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, make more meals. There's nothing wrong with going out every so often, but our generation, the millennials, we've made it almost like not even. I remember when I was younger, it was a luxury to go out to eat. Like, you would literally dress up just to go have a meal at like Longhorns, Chili's. Now everybody's having Steak 48 and Roof Chris on every other weekend. Let's go back to having a meal with your family. Macaroni and cheese, collard greens, chicken, hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? Put salt and pepper on the mac and cheese and all that. Stir that up. Steak. You know what I'm saying? Eat at the table with your family and be like, how was your day? Get off your phone. They even have a documentary that talks about this shit. Get off your damn phone. Like, literally, outside of this social media shit, outside of looking at me and all that, stay off your phone and have an interaction with people. With people. Have a human, go to the mall and touch a tree or some shit. Get on grass, touch the ground. Like, you know what I'm saying? All this AI living in the damn metaverse, and oh my God, and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm being funny, but I'm being serious. Like, read an actual book. Stop with this Kindle shit. Read a book, a physical book. Read a book, right? And I'm about to read this shit when I get off here too. But I just came on this live to come at y'all a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? So we can get back on track as a people. I just came on this live so we can get back on track. That's what this live is for. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't listen to rap music unless it's old school. Like if it's like some years back or whatever. I'm so tired of this watered down, them pushing a machine on like you're literally getting pushed by a machine that tells you what to rap about. I'm so sick of hearing about women and over sex. There's nothing wrong with rapping about sex every so often, as long as you're classy with it. Everybody has an audience. I understand that. But when you're literally switching your whole flow, and we're not talking about a particular artist, we're just talking about period. I'm so sick of hearing rapping about guns and how you slid on your ops. I'm so sick of hearing that shit. I want bars, right? So until you are independent talking about some substance, I'm not listening to rap for a minute. And a lot of people I've seen on their podcast and their channel, they talk about how they not listening to rap no more because, bro, it's so diluted. And like, get off of auto-tune for a minute. Let's bring back the human touch, like, of music. Like, I listen to a lot of R&B right now, like of authentic R&B. I'm talking about not with the auto-tune. I'm talking about actual people that got pipes that can sing on a mic for real. But yeah, like, when it comes to artists, I would tell all these artists, bro, like, go, women or men, like, go back to authenticity for real. Stop doing what the label's telling you to do just because of a paycheck. Like, I'm so sick of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody got to eat. Everybody got to live. I understand all that. Junior understands. Trust me. I understand fully. But just because you need a paycheck to live and things of that nature does not mean that you got to always talk about, you know what I'm saying, you selling drugs in your hood or how you make your pussy pop, whatever like that. Bro, I'm like, who is pushing your music? Who is writing your music, whatever? What dude is telling you to rap about this shit? That's what I be thinking. You understand what I'm saying? Who is telling you to do that? Similar to who is telling you to say, oh, I'm surviving off $70 when I moved to this city. Who is telling you to say this on camera? Whose publicist is telling you to say this dumb shit? You cannot survive off of that little money. I don't care how good the economy is. And even if the economy, if you're surviving off 70, somebody around you, you may not say it on camera, probably to sell your book or whatever or your sponsorship, because as soon as they say this shit, like, they be like this, right? I don't care what podcast you're on. As soon as they talk about how they made it out the mud, they say shit like this. And we're also sponsored by let's throw one out there. We're sponsored by BetterHelp, where you can get, if you're going through mental health, you can also get BetterHelp right now, and, you know what I'm saying, but then BetterHelp is mental anxiety, all that fast ass shit, you know what I'm saying, it also, you know what I'm saying, if you ever need, it costs this much for your annual fee, and then it goes right back to the podcast. So I'm like, literally, every podcast do this shit, and why is it the same amount? Why is it the same amount? So we got to keep it a buck, y'all. We got to keep it 100. Like, you did not survive just by yourself. If you had help, or if you had a sponsor, or if you were sleeping with somebody to get to your level, then just say that. We all grown. Just say that. Literally, if you had to sleep with somebody to get to where you at, then say that. If you had a little bit of help along the way to get to where you at, then just say that. But why do you want to have this whole success story that's obsolete? Like this hope story, self-made story, because that's what America is built, so-called built on. That get it out the mud type of shit, and that's what rap culture is built on. That's not realistic to most Americans, and then, which is why I'm exposing it on this live. That's not realistic. That's not a realistic story to most Americans. And then if you think about it, if you really think about it, when people like that has a story like that, they're selling some type of product, whether it's clothes, perfume, some type of merch, shoes, a book. They're selling something. That's why they have to have that story to where it's like, damn, if they could do it, and they started out with nothing. No, they didn't start out with flat out nothing. They didn't start out with just nothing. If you really look at their background, they had some form of help. They're just not telling you, or you wouldn't buy their product because it's like what they're saying is not adding up to their business module. Because if you knew really, then you wouldn't follow them and they'll lose their core audience, which is you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I show y'all my car right now, my 2001 Toyota 4Runner, I've been really driving that car since 2018. Since 2018, that shit has over 280 miles on that bitch. Excuse me, 280,000 miles I had. Over. You know who's really authentic? Who's really authentic that I listen to? Like, really. I say it every fucking live, almost. The 85 South Show. Bro, they have not switched up since they came out. Shout out to the 85 South Show. I'm about realness, bro. I'm not with this fantasy shit. Shout out to Louis Farrakhan. I don't live in a fantasy. Just like he said, I don't live in a fucking fantasy. You can't just say, you can't not see what's going on out here. People are losing jobs. Bro, Amazon last week just laid off 40,000 fucking workers. Amazon, I'm going to repeat that. Amazon just laid off 40,000 fucking workers. UPS just laid off over 5,000. Everybody every day is losing a fucking check. And I'm going to tell y'all another thing. Every American working every day, you are one paycheck for being on the poverty line or being broke. Every day. You are one emergency. Millennials, Gen Zs, that's the title of this shit. But I'm going to say to my baby boomers and to my Gen Xs, you are one emergency from being broke. And I'm not excluded from that. I'm just saying, you are one emergency for being broke. One. And a lot of us don't even have a buck in their bank account. And what is the buck? 1,000. A grip. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you say in your own area. But $1,000. That's what that is. A lot of us don't even have a band in our account. Just in case you get a flat tire. In case your alternator goes out. You know what I'm saying? Anything that happens. In case you miss a bill. You don't even have money to cover that. This is common sense. This is basic economics. And I got a book right there that talks about it. I'm not up here to boast. I'm here to wake all y'all up that's in my demographic. This shit ain't pretty out here. This shit ain't pretty. Wake the hell up. Stop being on what's that show? My mom be watching that shit. But anyway, I'm not talking about her. Stop being on Real Husbands of Hollywood. Stop being on Love and Hip Hop. Stop being on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of LA if they have that. Stop being on all these damn channels with these damn celebrities because they don't give a fuck about you because they're programmed by the system too. Malcolm X told you that. They like to have celebrities as spokesmen for you and us. Or you and I, excuse me. They like to have celebrities as spokespeople. What the fuck do they know about being in your situation? They're billionaires / multimillionaires. What the fuck they gonna do for you? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. What they gonna do for you? They sold out to the system already. What the fuck they gonna do for you? Not a fucking thing. So I'm telling y'all to wake the hell up and help yourself first. Help yourself first. If you know how to cook, start selling plates out your house. If you know how to do mechanic work, start doing cars out in your hood or your neighborhood, wherever the hell you live at or reside at. So I'm just telling y'all just to wake the hell up, for real. I'm talking to my blacks. Wake the hell up. Shit ain't pretty. Stop buying Timbs. Even though I'm from up top too and I like my Timberland boots just like every other black man that's from New York. I like my Timbs too. Shout out to New York, my hats. Boom. Boom. Right there. Yeah. I like my Timbs too. You know what I'm saying? New York City right there. You know what I mean? New York, whatever. That's Daytona Beach right here. But anyway, it's not the point. So my thing is, I just had to come up here and just give y'all this advice from a millennial because it's not pretty out here. And what I want to say to Hassan Campbell, shout out to you, Hassan Campbell. I like your, if you ever watch me, whatever. Me and you from the same. You're from the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn. But if you ever watch this, Hassan Campbell, right? Um, I don't know if it's like two things I want to say to you. It's not bad, but I would tell you, if y'all ever watch Hassan, go subscribe to his channel. Hassan, he's a real good dude. He's one of my best like speakers, whatever. So Hassan Campbell, one thing, you give great advice about survival and about the system or whatever. You was on before I even made a YouTube channel. But one thing I don't like, but you say you gotta put the medicine in the candy, so I give you that type of I give you that leeway, right? One thing that I don't like, you go as soon as you slide some truth into your message, you go right back to celebrity gossip that I really don't like. You talk about like Mano and like Fat Joe and stuff like that. Like, bro, if you're gonna talk about government shutdowns and food stamps and SNAP benefits that people not getting, like real people not getting, then let's talk about it. But I don't like when you go right back to celebrity gossip at the same time. That's my only pushback with that. But I know you got to put the medicine in the candy. I understand, because this is not our platform for us to be just exposing shit. Shout out to Jaguar Wright. It's not our platform. Shout out to Orlando Brown. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Cat Williams. That's really like on top of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up on all of them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like a lot of us are afraid of consequences. A lot of us are. We got to get out of that. A lot of us are afraid to expose the truth because you don't want to lose your paycheck. You don't want to lose your house. You don't want the media all up on you. You don't want to lose your job, which is, I understand. Trust me, Junior understands. But we're living in the age, I don't know about y'all, but I'm very spiritual with my Christian faith. But a lot of us are, if you really a child of God, whatever like that, you shouldn't have no fear. You understand what I'm saying? I left my job. You know, like, I'm not nobody's slave, bro. Like, I'm not about to just laugh in your face just because I need this job. You got us doing slave shit while you got other people on their phone. You got me fucked up. Excuse my language, but I'm just saying. You got me fucked up. So, it's like, we have to get it together. That's why I came on this live to talk to y'all. We have to get it together. Like, you can't be afraid. Like, what Tupac's mother said at a college one day. Rest in peace to Afeni Shakur. Tupac's mom, she said that. Former Black Panther, by the way. She was just like, if you guys are going to expose the truth, then you have to be mindful of the consequence that come with exposing information. The whole crowd started clapping, right? But that's real. When you put these words into practice, then you have to be mindful of what come with your First Amendment rights. Or excuse me, your Second Amendment rights. Freedom of speech has a cost. Like Charlemagne the God once said, you can say what you want out your mouth, but just be mindful. There's consequences to saying what you want out your mouth. You have that freedom of speech. You have those rights. You have that. But that doesn't mean that just because you say what's right, that doesn't mean that there's going to be pushback. There's not going to be pushback on the opposing side. Doesn't matter if you're saying what's right. It doesn't, just because you're saying what's right, doesn't mean that you're not going to receive pushback from the opposing side. That's their job. How do you think wars start? You know what I'm saying? Somebody want land. Somebody wants the same shit. So the war, a conflict in the middle of that happens to where they want the land more than this person. So there's a war that starts, a tug of war. You know what I'm saying? And may the best man win. And if you lose, you get swiped out. And then boom, this is my land now. Boom. All of this is mine now. You know what I'm saying? All of this is mine. You understand? So yeah, like I said, we need to get back to unity. It starts at your house first. So number one, it starts at your house. I don't know if y'all a big advocate of Hidden Colors. I seen Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4. I seen 1, 2, and 3. But it starts in your brain, bro. Raise y'all's babies, man. Raise your kids. And when I mean by raise your kids, don't let the government raise your kids. To my women out there, do not have a child out of wedlock. I'm going to say it again. Don't have a child out of wedlock, right? I'm gonna say that one more time. Do not. If this guy is not going to step up to the table and be a father, I don't care what race your baby daddy is. If he's not going to step up to the plate as a baby father, then you need to tell him to wear protection or pull out. You understand? So yeah, do not have a child out of wedlock. That's number one. Number two, for my women out there, do not. the whole shit. Bro, I started talking about, it must have been a whole bunch of women that was watching, because it was a whole, the people that whole shit dropped. Damn. Anyway, back to the message. So, I lost everybody. They was like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna keep doing me. Fine, fuck it. I'm just saying. So yeah. But yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is, raise your babies wisely, because if I ever in another lifetime were to have kids in another lifetime, I might put them in private school, or I would have probably homeschooled my kids. I don't believe in public education. And why the fuck they still, I hope to God they not still teaching that Christopher Columbus discovered this bitch. I hope to God that they are not teaching still why Christopher Columbus discovered this bitch. Like, are you serious? This is to my millennials and Gen Zs. Are you serious? I had to come close to the camera for that. Are you serious? Bro, that's what Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale was fighting for. Not just adequate housing, food, clothing, and shelter, because the school system is broken. And what I mean by broken, they don't teach you what to think. They teach you how to think. The system itself teaches you how to think. Not like I learned how to think like this when I graduated high school. Like, I furthered my education. I never went to, like, I would go to college, but I never went to a college, whatever like that, right? But I use common sense. So it's like the school system, it doesn't teach you who you are as a black man, black woman. It doesn't teach you about your menstrual cycle. It doesn't teach you how to it doesn't teach you about politics, double talk. Math, science, and arithmetic, the basics. It teaches you how to work within the system that you're living in. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you that if you go to another country, they have a whole different system that they operate under as far as education that they give you. Why? Because the system of government is different. You know what I'm saying? We live in capitalism. You had Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale that was fighting for socialism, meaning the wealth is equal from citizens to citizens. But we live in a hierarchy in America, or anything that is operated like America, like the Caribbean islands, is a hierarchy. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and then it depends on complexion, right? It doesn't matter. It's like light at the top. It's like white, and then light, and then everything else trickles down until that's like, depending on how light you are. I can speak on like Jamaica for an example, and my contributions go out to Jamaica, whatever like that. But so when you're in like Jamaica, the higher you are on the complexion, the higher you are on that hierarchy, is the better jobs you get in Jamaica. I'm just using that as an example. But yeah, like, it's not pretty. That's not pretty at all. So that's the system that they live under. And then you got like China or Russia, that's like a socialistic type of government out there, or not socialistic, communist. I learned that when I was in high school, whatever. That's why certain governments act a certain way, and that's why it's like the world is like an even playing field. It's like balance, right? Like, the world is like balance right now. But right now, our generation, millennials and Gen Zs, aren't even having kids at all. We're not even having kids because we don't want that headache. 1, 2, it's too expensive, right? 3, a lot of us want to travel. And 4, we don't even see the use of having a kid in this economy. Everything is too expensive. Everything is too expensive, right? So yeah, a lot of us are just washing our hands and bailing out altogether. So yeah, like, I just like that was number 2. If you're still there, that was my second bullet point. And my third, as far as us coming together, because the first was eating at the table, raising your kids, and the third was like the bullet point, a long ass bullet point of waiting to get married. And the fourth, I would say, What would be my fourth one? Make sure you properly educate your children. I'm gonna say it again. Make sure you properly educate your children on who they are when they're little. When they're little, make sure you educate about the Messiah being black. I don't care if it's Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, whatever. Make sure you teach your kids about diet and nutrition, whole foods, healthy alternatives, man. Like we need to get back to this. And us as millennials and Gen Zs, we have to want to do it. Like the older generation is already like living their life. You can't like they've lived their life about to retire, whatever. It is up to us coming up to do it. I don't know. I might touch somebody who's gonna be the next mayor of their city one day. Who knows? And make sure you give me a shout out when that happens. You know what I'm saying? And I hope I do touch somebody who's of younger demographic, whatever, because we gotta get this shit straight for real. We have to get this shit straight. Literally. We have to come up with automobiles that are safe. We have to black construction workers. We have to get this shit on point, y'all. Like it's not a game out here. Like we have to really. I would love to work with podcast people who think like how I think and will work together. Literally, like we need to come together. We need the black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, Native American people. We have to understand each other. We have to take a better. We really have to understand. We have to understand each other because we gotta make it here. We have to make it here. We have to, because we have to make our America a better spot. You understand what I'm saying? J. Edgar Hoover and them is gone. They're gone. And what I mean by that is, you know, what he did was, you know, he may have infiltrated the Black Panthers. And another thing with the whole FBI situation, I'm gonna leave on this, and I'm gonna get off right quick. I just wanted to explain my spiel to y'all, and make sure you like this video, because this video, I don't know what's gonna happen with it. Make sure you like the video. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, you know. The FBI, right? Or the COINTELPRO, whatever you want to call it, right? I know y'all probably know this, but do your research after I get off live. Do your own research. Don't believe nothing I have to say, right? But the FBI, they literally own the motion picture industry. They own cinema, IMAX, Dolby, 4K, whatever you want to call it. They own the motion picture industry. The FBI, your Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. If you don't believe me, look it up after y'all get off your tablet, your cell phone, your laptop, whatever you're looking at me on live from, right? Whatever device you're using to look at my screen, right? Look that up when I get off live. The FBI and motion pictures. Look it up. Candace Owens also talked about it, but they give you this false narrative. I'm gonna give you one example, then I'm getting off. They give you this false. America gives you this false example of hope. One movie that I can think of off the top of my head is The Pursuit of Happiness. The Pursuit of Happiness. Somebody coming from literally nothing into something. But that's not realistic to 98% of the population. You have to have some form of assistance to get to the top. Did America not have assistance from slaves to get to where we at now? As far as like to where America is? Did America not get assistance from free 400 years worth of free labor to get to where they at? Did they not have assistance? Something to think about. I'm just saying. So anyway, I don't care where you're from watching this, whether if it's my Asian brothers and sisters, my Indonesian brothers and sisters, my Indian brothers and sisters, my South African brothers and sisters, my Ethiopian brothers and sisters, my Central American brothers, my Brazilian brothers and sisters, wherever you at watching this, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, man, for real. Make sure y'all subscribe, because it's going to be more. And I've been doing my working out and stuff like that, but I just had to come up here and talk to y'all for real like that. You know what I mean? Like, we have to get this shit, and especially in America, we have to get this shit on code. We have to be on code with this. Like, we have to come together, us as our generation, because we're the next ones up. Like, make sure you take care of your babies, bro. Like, I'm so serious. Take care of your kids. Make sure you take care and nurture them, and watch what they watching, bro. Like, turn the damn TV off. Make sure they reading a book. Make sure they read a book. Stop being on Kindle and all this extra shit. That's for the billionaires. That's for the elites at the top. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong. Just nothing wrong with laptops and phones and shit. Ain't nothing wrong. But just give it a break. Give it a break. Let them, as soon as they done with their homework, they come home with all A's. Here's your laptop. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? That's how I grew up. That's how a lot of my generation grew up. I grew up on CD players and cassette tapes and shit. You understand? So, having said all that, man, y'all be blessed, man. Y'all be safe. And y'all be blessed out here for real. Because we're living in a spiritual battle right now. You know what I mean? It's us versus them. Literally. And don't be afraid to expose the truth. You understand? Because that's what we're here for. Don't be afraid. Make sure you go for ownership. It's not... And one thing I would say is that, like, this journey is not going to be easy. Nobody said it was going to be easy. This journey of life, when you're saying your truth out of God's will, nobody said this journey was going to be easy. Nobody said it was going to be a cakewalk. Ain't nobody say all that. And anything that's worth obtaining as far as freedom and truth and justice, you're going to get pushback. Like I said, nobody said this was going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. You understand? But having said all that, make sure y'all subscribe. I'm Junior, and I'm out. Y'all be blessed, man, for real.